Liam was a quiet boy who lived in a small, run-down house in a little village. His family was poor with barely enough money for food or clothes. He lived with his mother and his grandfather. His grandfather was old and often ill, and his mother worked long hours in the fields to keep the household running. Liam adored his grandfather. Every night, they would sit together, and his grandfather would tell him stories about the stars, tales of hope, dreams, and faraway places. His grandfather often told him, "No matter how dark life gets, you must always look for the light." One day, his grandfather's health worsened. He could no longer get out of bed. With no money to pay for a doctor, Liam and his mother did their best to care for him. But one evening, his grandfather passed away. Liam's heart felt shattered, as though someone had taken all the warmth from his home. The silence in the house was heavy without the nightly stories. He cried often, missing him deeply. But he held on to those words, "Look for the light," and decided he had to be strong. Liam saw that his mother was now even more tired and sad. One day he told her, "I'll make you proud, Mom. I'll bring hope back to our home." She smiled faintly and said, "I believe in you, Liam. You are a good boy. Never stop trying." Her words gave him the courage to keep going. He began taking on small jobs in the village. He helped neighbors with their gardens, carried heavy buckets of water from the well, and fed animals. The work was tiring, but Liam never complained. He knew he was doing it for his mother. One evening, he noticed a group of children sitting together, looking bored and lonely. That night, he remembered the way his grandfather's stories had once made him feel. The next day, he gathered the children and began telling them stories, just as his grandfather had told him. The children laughed, listened closely, and begged for more each day. Soon, word spread through the village about Liam's storytelling. Even the adults came to hear him, and for a little while, they could forget their worries. One day, a woman from the city named Mrs. Noor visited the village. She was a teacher who loved books and reading. She saw Liam surrounded by children, and watched how animated and alive he became while telling his stories. When the children left, she approached him and said, "You have a special gift. You could be a storyteller or a writer." Liam felt shy. "I only tell stories to make the children happy," he replied. Mrs. Noor smiled warmly and handed him a book. "Learn to write your own stories," she said. "The world needs more people like you." Liam had never owned a book before. That night, he sat by the candlelight, too excited to wait until morning to open it. Reading was difficult at first, but he didn't give up. Every day, after helping his mother, he would read more and practice writing in a small notebook. Weeks turned into months. Liam kept improving, slowly but surely. Then one day, Mrs. Noor returned to the village and asked if he had written anything. Nervously, Liam showed her the notebook containing his very first story. She read it and smiled. "This is beautiful, Liam. You have real talent. I want to publish your story." Liam's eyes widened in disbelief. Soon, his story was printed in a book, and people from the city bought it. They loved it. He became known as the boy who brought light. With the money from the book, Liam repaired their home and bought food for his family. But he didn't stop there. He wrote more stories and began teaching the village children to read and write. Eventually, he built a small library so everyone could borrow books. He wanted others to have the same chance to learn that Mrs. Noor had given him. His mother told him proudly, "You have brought hope to us all, Liam. Your grandfather would be so proud." Liam smiled, remembering his grandfather's words, "Look for the light." He realized he had found his light in storytelling. No matter how dark life became, he knew he could always bring hope to others through kindness, learning, and sharing his gift.